Hey gang, what's going on? We just concluded our 6-part series for the off-season and final grades. This video is going to be based off the winners and the losers of the off-season. Now, with that being said, the winners and the losers of the off-season are based off of what you did to improve your team. Not who you signed, not who you traded for. That does not matter. Because you could have signed one of the top players in the league doesn't mean you did other things to improve. So you could have gotten a B+ in our 6-part series, but doesn't mean you are a winner of the off season. So before we get into that, if you could hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon buttons, that would be greatly appreciated. It's extremely helpful for the channel. It gives me great feedback on what you think, as well as I don't want you to miss out on a single thing that comes out, because when it comes out, I want you to be notified on when it does, and I will put it out. Let's start with the top 4 losers, because we're going to do top 4 and top 4 for both winners and losers. Let's get on to the losers. So, loser number 1, the Chicago White Sox. What did the White Sox do this offseason? They didn't do anything this offseason to really improve their team. Honestly, the White Sox are a dumpster fire. They traded away Aaron Bummer. I mean, at this point, they didn't really have much of a choice. They still haven't traded Dylan Cease because and I understand why they're asking so much for Dylan Cease, but he's not worth it. I don't care that he's thrown 3 consecutive seasons of 200+ innings and struck out 200 men. I don't care about that. That doesn't matter to me. He's had 1 good season. 1. He's not worth top prospects like a Spencer Jones or a Chase Hampton or a Jackson Holiday. So they are the losers of the offseason because they did not do anything to improve that team. All they did was bring in Martin Maldonado. So to me, the White Sox are the losers. At number 3, the Oakland A's. Oakland A's didn't do anything. They haven't done anything for decades now. They haven't put back into their team. Unfortunately, that's the sad part about it. They don't put back into their team. So they're losing fans at games. They're not getting fans to come to games. As much as Oakland A's fans are diehards and they would love to go to games, they don't draw big crowds. On top of the fact that that stadium is not exactly a good stadium for a baseball team, they just didn't put back into their team, and they don't. So the Oakland A's, to me, are a dumpster fire just as much as the White Sox. So they are loser number 3 in this. Loser number 2, the Toronto Blue Jays. They didn't do anything except for bring in Kevin Kiermaier back into the fold and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. The Blue Jays had a chance to go and get Cody Bellinger. They didn't do it. They balked at that. They had a chance to get Yamamoto, which they made a push for. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Nothing they could have done. Ohtani, same deal. They made more than a fair offer to him. Didn't get done. And you know what? That's okay. Not every deal that they're going to, or contract that they're going to offer guys is going to get signed. So, not their fault. But what is their fault is they didn't go out and get the bat that they needed. They needed another bat. And Cody Bellinger would have been the perfect fit for that team. I had him going to Toronto because I thought he would have been the right fit for them. It made too much sense. They didn't go out. They didn't do it. They didn't get him. And you know what? He's now back with the Cubs. So that, and also their rotation still has a lot of question marks. They did not get another starter. They did not pivot after Yamamoto signed. They didn't try to get Dylan Cease. They didn't try to get Corbin Burns. They didn't try to get any of the free agent starting pitchers. So they didn't exactly do a whole lot to improve. And I know this is going to anger a lot of people, But remember, this is based off of what you did to improve the team, not who you signed, not who you traded for. Okay? The Los Angeles Dodgers are also losers in the offseason. I don't care that they signed Ohtani. I don't care that they signed Yamamoto. Quite frankly, I don't care that they traded for Glasnow. The Los Angeles Dodgers, what did they do to improve? They have a pitcher who is not proven in the majors. Okay? They have a pitcher who is not proven in the majors. He's never thrown a pitch in the majors. And we don't know how those numbers are going to translate over to the major leagues. The major leagues and the MPB are a much different animal. Okay? So we don't know how Yamamoto is going to do. Ohtani is coming off a second Tommy John surgery. Is he going to hit? Yeah, absolutely. But he's not going to play the field. He's not going to pitch. Ohtani, right now, is only primarily a DH. And how much longer do Dodger fans expect him to pitch for? Because he's not going to be a two-way superstar much longer. Maybe 3 years at best, 4 max. But he's not going to be a two-way star much longer. Also, Tyler Glasnow, his arm is made of glass. He can't stay healthy. I'm not discrediting the moves that they made, but they can't stay healthy. They spent over $1 billion on 3 guys. So now they're tied up financially in 3 different players, and they still have holes to fill. They just traded a depth piece in Margot, who, quite frankly, would have been a nice piece to have. I'm not saying James Outman or Andy Pages can't do the job. And I'm not saying James Outman didn't have a good year last year, but they're young. They're not ready to command an outfield. They're not ready for it. The only reason why James Outman had to last year is because they didn't have a center fielder. Mookie Betts is going to second, according to the Dodgers. That's what they wanted to play. So you're going to rely on Jason Hayward? I don't see that happening. So the Dodgers, to me, are one of the losers of the offseason. Getting on to the winners. So, winner number 1. I'm actually surprised that I'm going to say this, but the Baltimore Orioles are a winner. Because they improved their pitching staff. They got Corbin Burnes, and they got Craig Kimbrell. Now, Kimbrell is getting older. He's struggling a little bit. He's not the same Kimbrell he was when he was, 23, 24. But Corbin Burnes was their money get. Corbin Burnes, the slot in front of John Means, gives them a very, very, very viable 1-2 punch. I wish the Yankees would have gotten Corbin Burnes, but they didn't. But Corbin Burnes to the Orioles gives them a very nice 1-2 punch, and it is a great pickup. So to me, the Orioles improved there, as well as the bullpen. Because they got a closer to close while Felix Bautista is out for the year. The Orioles are one of the winners. The next winner is Arizona. Arizona improved their team rotation-wise and bat-wise. So, Arizona got Eduardo Rodriguez for the rotation. They also got Jock Peterson for the outfield to give him some depth in the lineup. They re-signed Lourdes Gurriel Jr. They got catching depth in Tucker Barnhart. And then they got Eugenio Suarez to play third. So they got some bats, which they desperately needed. So they also got another pitcher to slot behind Zach Gallen and in between and ahead of Merrill Kelly. So they did a nice job. So to me, they are a winner of the offseason. The other winner would be the Boston Red Sox. They got shortstop Vaughn Grisham, who they are going to love. They got a good arm and Giolito when healthy, and I believe he is healthy. I believe he's going to be very good for the Red Sox. They could be on the verge of signing Montgomery. We don't know. There's been rumors that there is mutual interest there. They got Richard Fitz, Nicholas Judas, and Greg Weissert from the Yankees for bullpen help. They also signed Liam Hendricks. So they improved greatly from what they were last year. So to me, they are a winner as well. And then the last winner is the Yankees. The Yankees improved greatly from last year. They got Alex Verdugo, Juan Soto, and Trent Grisham in a trade. Both Verdugo and Soto stretch out that lineup. They're both left-handed bats. And then Trent Grisham, who's also a left-handed bat, gives that bench some depth. This is the deepest we've seen this Yankees team in a long, long time. So to me, with all the pitching that they added as well, and all the other pieces that they added for depth, and also bullpen and starting pieces with Stroman and Morris and Poteet and Birdie and all those guys, and Victor Gonzalez, they have clearly won the offseason this year. They were the busiest. They spent less money than the Dodgers and filled more holes than the Dodgers. So the losers are the White Sox, A's, Blue Jays, Dodgers. The winners are the Orioles, D-backs, Red Sox, Yankees. You guys in the comments section below, let me know what you guys think of that and who your winners and your losers are. Until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.